Hey all, Hipper here. So today we are checking out the Albemarle, and this is a ship that has been suffering a bit when Tier 7 was able to be mixed with legendary ships, but now those days are over and Albemarle is back in business. I always liked Albemarle. I mean, it has the same HE potential as Atago, but with a much faster reload. It's got decent torpedo armament, and it's got radar. And I'm using an Agile build here, of course, with a Tenant and the usual inspirations here, nothing out of the ordinary. And on the ship, let's just have a look here. I have aiming systems, mod 1, and then I have double rudder, of course. And in the last slot, we have the improved reload. So box standard Agile build. Don't forget that radar. The ship comes with the plane as standard, so remember to change it. 2.4 rudder, 37 knots. Not the fastest rudder, but it's decent. But you really have to be careful in the ship. It is a floating citadel, pretty much even more so than Minotaur, I think. And especially if you're up against big battleship shells, like legendary battleships, Albemarle really had a hard time. It really had to be played very conservatively. And if you watch this channel, you know that conservative play is not really my thing. So luckily, those things have changed. The legendary battleships have moved on, and although we are facing Tier 8 sometimes, it's still a lot better than facing all Yamatos and Kurfürsts and all that stuff. So Albemarle has now a second lease of life, and that's really nice. So especially if you get a battle like this one, where there's only one battleship. I mean, that is pretty rare to only have one battleship. I can't even remember last time I saw it. Because there's always a minimum of 5, sometimes 6 battleships. And yeah, I don't like that. I think it ruins the flow of the game, but that's a whole other different story. So I see nearly no one playing the ship here, Albemarle. It's very rare. I see Edinburgh a lot more often, and Edinburgh is a rare ship in the first place. And I get it. Like, I mean, Albemarle, yeah, it's a squishy cruiser, and it's particular with the opponents that you face. But once you get a good game or a good setup in it, like this one here, well, you're going to be number 1 on the leaderboard quite easily, because it's a very good ship for gathering XP. Like I said, it isn't played much, so most players either haven't played it themselves or haven't really faced it before, so they don't know the capabilities of the ship. And most people don't research it. They have a look at it and they say, oh, okay, it's got a plane, and they don't realize that once you purchase the ship, you can actually switch that plane to a radar, and that catches a lot of people with their pants down. And Albemarle with not just radar, but 3 radars on an Agile build here. And if you get a good destroyer battle like this one here, yeah, you're gonna have a good time. Now, we are pretty handicapped over on this flank, because we have a destroyer that just refuses to partake in the battle over here. So we can't really push the mines and myself over here. We are pretty much a little bit stuck here, because we don't have that destroyer to help us get this Chapayev out of the way. Once that thing is gone, we can just storm these destroyers here in the cap. But until that happens, well, we'll just have to, suffer a little bit over here. And at least the Mines is playing really well. He's going the long way around, and I'm staying here. So, I mean, sooner or later, the Chappie is going to be in a crossfire. And we're also keeping him spotted, or at least I am with my sonar. So he's going to take damage the whole time. And sooner or later, I mean, just be patient a little bit. He's going to go away, and then we can, move in on the destroyers. I mean, sometimes it's really hard to, pace yourself, because you just want to go in there and whack the destroyers. And that's the Chapayev gone. And that means the flank is just blown open here. No thanks to the DD, because you can see he's still sitting out there on the right, and he's going to be sitting there the whole battle. The whole battle. I don't know what players like that are thinking, but it's pretty close to ruining the experience for everyone else. So if you don't know what you're doing in your ships, then if you're going to play Tier 7, can you please play it in AI or something? Because I have seen this quite a bit lately. Players who obviously have no clue what's going on. So anyway, we are down 2 ships and the Reds are down 4 ships. So it's looking good and we are ahead on points. So that's why we're going to move in now and seal the deal to, force all of these destroyers here out of the cap, and hopefully they're going to make some mistakes while they do it. So the Summers here, he's in a nice distance at, 8 kilometers, give or take. And I'm going to, force him out of the cap here. And Albemarle is really good at that. The HE is punishing. Like I said, it's the same damage as Atago, except that the reload is probably, I guess, 4 or 5 seconds faster. So you can really pump out some efficient damage here. And you also have, 6 barrels up front, and I'm using my Agile build here to get all barrels in play, so we can get rid of the Summers here as quickly as possible, because we have other things to do. But it means that if you want to just go bow on, you can easily in the ship. You still have 2/3 of your firepower going that way. So normally I would hang around in here and cap, but there's already a battleship and a destroyer in here, and this is an assumption on my part here, which is dangerous in this game, but I'm assuming they're going to cap, and I'm just going to go continue, because I know where the destroyers are. They're hiding over here in the smoke. So for once in the battle, I know where they are, and they do have mines backup, but this guy is going to get crossfired in a minute if he's not careful, so we don't really worry about that. Now, obviously, there's going to be torpedoes coming. That would be, a given, and there they are. But Agile build, Albemarle, just line up your ship, and as soon as the torps are in the right spot, you just sail right through. Very satisfying doing that. So more torpedoes on the way, and I've turned my sonar on here because I'm going to rush the smoke now. Because the Reds still have 4 ships left, and we cannot really rest on our laurels here. And set 35, there you go. Have a bit of HE there. And engine goes, and the torpedoes go, and that's very satisfying. In general, Albemarle is a really satisfying ship to play. It doesn't play like, a Baltimore or anything like that, so I'm not going to say you should play an Agile build, but I'm just going to say that it works better with like more, exotic builds, I think. You can also go full concealment, for example, but full damage, I don't think that works really well. But anyway, that's the set 35 right there, and again, he totally misses his torps. So we have 1 destroyer left, and in this battle here, I don't really think the HE has impressed me. I mean, every destroyer has taken 3 salvos to take out. And once you compare this performance here to the set on Amalfi, for example, where you can do it in 1 or 2 salvos, I'm starting to be a little bit less impressed in the HE performance here. But I guess that's what happens as the game, evolves and stuff change, and, new ships arrive. And don't forget that Albemarle has a really good heal as well. It's not as good as Edinburgh, but it's pretty good. So that's what I was saying before here. If that mines continues on that trajectory, he's going to get into a nasty crossfire. And that's exactly what he is in now. And an angled Albemarle, the sides are really, really thick. So if you angle this thing like I did on that mines there, well, it's going to be very difficult to do anything. So we just got the Benson left because the battleship has retreated to the edge of the map, and he's not even in this fight, and he never has been. I think he shot 2 random salvos at me, but from 18, 19 kilometers or wherever it is, then nah, not gonna help. So I just miss out on that kill, otherwise we would make it 4, and that's pretty much the win there. I mean, we have the epicenter, and there's 4 of us left, no less than 4 left, and there's just 1 battleship riding the border, and so I guess that's fair enough. We had an awful destroyer, and he's still sitting there out on the right, and it took him nearly 2 minutes to move once the battle started, and then I guess he moved forward a few hundred meters, and then he's just been sitting there. So dude, if you're watching this video, if you don't have the time to play the game, then don't start a game, please. But I guess it's fair enough in this battle here, because the red team has let's call it a beginner Vlad out there riding the white line, being well, no help to the team at all. I wonder if he actually hit anything. So I'm just trying to waste time here, because there's only 30 points left until we win, and that's the end of the battle. So this is Albemarle, and I'm going to play the ship more now that I don't have to face legendary battleships, because it really makes a huge difference, and I actually enjoy this ship here. It's not the best cruiser, but it's enjoyable and it's fun to play, and it's also quirky, and I like quirky ships. So that's the game, and 3100 XP, nearly 1,000 more than the mines. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.